around with in your rambling.
In its 51st season, Austin City Limits has become synonymous with some of the biggest names in all of music history. And it has played an enormous role why I, at the age of 42, love to play and listen to music as much as I do. Hey everybody, Sasquatch here. It's so good to be back to you, and I appreciate all the views that you guys have given me since I started this channel. If you guys are my subscribers and you're watching this, please know that you genuinely have my appreciation and my respect. And I'm looking very forward to growing this together. So with that being said, like and subscribe, and we're going to get down to it.
GD Sasquatch presents Unheard History.
I grew up in the country, in the middle of nowhere, with no internet, no satellite, no cable TV, and a whole lot of boredom.
No television? What do you do?
We got all of our television from antennas. So you'd get all the big channels. We would get CBS, we would get Fox, we would get NBC sometimes, and you would get PBS and TBN. And if the weather was cloudy enough, rarely you would get ABC, and that was a treat. Back in my day, there was no YouTube, there was nothing to stream to keep you occupied. You were just bored and you had to live with it.
In those days, nickels had pictures of bumblebees on them.
And that is an enormous reason why I ever picked up the old Oscar Schmidt guitar sitting in the corner and learned how to pick my way through the chords and learn Sweet Home Alabama. On Saturday nights, after we'd eaten supper and cleaned up, a TV show would come on at 8 o'clock that would actually unite my family. It was one of the few times in my young life where I could get exposed to music that wasn't normal then played on the radio, which would be the top 40 country, pop, and rock. And it helped mold my young mind into the fact that a lot of music is actually pretty good if you're bored enough to watch it and if your dad doesn't get pissed off and change the channel.
I am warning you, Dufresne, turn that off!
So there I would find myself on almost every Saturday night, sitting in the living room floor with my old Oscar Schmidt guitar in my lap, watching an artist that I likely had never seen before on Austin City Limits. The story of Austin City Limits begins in the mid-1970s. Austin, Texas was already a very vibrant melting pot of music. Cowboys would come into town and sing country music while they rubbed shoulders with bluesmen and folk artists alike. Local PBS station KLRN, now KLRU TV, was trying to figure out a way to showcase the live music that was so rich around Austin, Texas. The idea they had was simple. Have a stripped down version of a concert, make it with an intimate audience, and that would translate very well through the TV screen to everybody else they could broadcast it to. So there were these three men who worked at PBS at the time. Bill Arhos, Paul Bosner, and Bruce Scaife. They pitched the idea of the show to PBS executives, and initially it got rejected. However, they came back with the idea again and finally convinced them to let the show air.
All right, so I start marching my way down to Carol and HR, and I knock on her door and I say, Carol!
So in 1974, the first Austin City Limits aired with Willie Nelson as the first guest.
Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let a memory...
Positive he wasn't high at all the entire show. Willie Nelson and his band's first performance on Austin City Limits would set the tone for what every other episode would be, and it made it feel like you were at the bar watching your favorite band. The first episodes of Austin City Limits were filmed in a small studio at the University of Texas, giving the show the raw, unpolished charm that fans would come to love and expect. As the show grew in success, Terry Lickona would join the team as a producer, and he still remains the executive producer to this very day. Austin City Limits would quickly become known for having a high level of production for the TV viewer while maintaining the intimate connection between the viewer and the artist. And it continued to be very popular. From blues music, country, folk, and rock, Austin City Limits became a venue where people could watch established stars play on one episode and then turn around and find somebody who was coming up through the ranks on the next episode. It really created a level of unique musical education for people who would normally not be exposed to it, like a young Sasquatch. Austin City Limits has pretty much had the same stage for the entire time that they've done it, although they've had some remodels. It's a stripped down version with no pyrotechnics, no elaborate stage designs, and especially my favorite part, no gosh damn auto-tune. It became about the artist and their craft, and that's why the people love it so much. And to be completely honest, what's not to love about it? I'm going to read you a partial list. Mind you, this is a very partial list of some of the artists that have played on Austin City Limits. Are you ready for this? Willie Nelson, Charlie Daniels, Ray Charles, Stevie Ray Vaughan, George Strait, B.B. King, Johnny Cash, Sheryl Crow, Vince Gill, Foo Fighters, Pearl Jam, Chris Stapleton, The Black Keys, John Mayer, Sturgill Simpson, Jason Isbell, and that doesn't even scratch the surface. That's the tip of the iceberg, people. For decades, the show called Studio 6A on the University of Texas campus home. And that iconic stage became hollow ground for the musicians that performed there. But as the show gained popularity and ambition, a new home was needed. In 2011, Austin City Limits would move to a new venue called the Moody Theater in the center of Austin, Texas. This new venue would allow Austin City Limits to expand its ambition while continuing to capture the intimate feel between the fans, the audience, and the musicians. It's an iconic, beautiful venue, and it has become a place for pilgrimage for people visiting Austin for the music. In 2014, Austin City Limits would go on to host an annual event called the Austin City Limits Hall of Fame. This annual event honors the artists that have made significant contributions to Austin City Limits, the city of Austin, and to American music itself. The inductees read like a who's who of American music. Willie Nelson, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Loretta Lynn, and Bonnie Raitt are just a few of the names that make up the list. And the Hall of Fame isn't just about the artist, it's also about the role Austin City Limits has played in shaping the American music landscape. So we have to ask ourselves the question, why does Austin City Limits remain so timeless? And I think that these are a few of the key ingredients why it has. Number one, Austin City Limits has and always will be about the artist's performance. There's no gimmicks, it's just pure, unadulterated musical talent. It's all about the connection between the artist and the fans, and that has always translated so beautifully into your home. Number two is that Austin City Limits has always embraced a very diverse selection of musical genres and artists. They've never been afraid to showcase up-and-coming artists right next to the established heavy hitters. And number three is that for decades, Austin City Limits has gone above and beyond to have a very high quality standard of production, incredible sound, and it's still a completely stripped down show that you get to enjoy in your home without being overproduced and overpolished.
The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone.
It remains a constant in many people's lives, and yet it is never sterile. And that's why I love it. And lastly, I think it's because Austin itself has such an incredible fluidity of music in it. It's a place where you can go see the latest country bands play. You can still see Americana bands play. You can go watch rock bands play. You can watch alternative band play, rap, you name it. You can go see it in Austin, Texas. And the show continues to capture that wide range of genres that everybody loves so much. Today, Austin City Limits keeps on going, and it's the longest running musical program in television history at 51 seasons. That's insane to think about. What was your favorite moment? Leave it in the comments and let's talk about it. And again, appreciate everybody watching. If you guys would like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time.